It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, for Minnesota, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And tonight, we'll get a look at former #1 overall pick Andrew Wiggins. Great size and athleticism. Kenny, in your mind, will he ever be a superstar?
Oh, well, it's a chance. We know he could score. His defensive intensity hasn't always been up there, and I think if he improves his ball handling skills, that will take him over the top.
No, he's got to do more than one thing to be a superstar in this league. I think he has the tools to be great, but does he have the will?
Ooh, very interesting question. Very deep, Shaq.
Very deep.
Yeah. Anyway, now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome, everyone, to the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It's the home of the Timberwolves, where we're broadcasting from live today. Happy holidays, everyone, from all of us at 2K Sports. And do we have a present for you today? I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer on our sideline, David Aldridge, and our very special guest, Hall of Famer to be, one of the greats ever to step on the pro hardwood, the one, the only, Kevin Garnett. KG, it is great to have you with us.
K-Hall, it's always great to see you, man.
To take a look at the Hawks, they've got a good chance to prove themselves in what is going to be a very difficult part of their schedule coming up. Guys, with the bulk of their games coming up on the road, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and the trip they've got in front of them, as long and as difficult as it may be, could really be a jumping off point if they can come through it successfully. Those long road trips can really be big momentum builders.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Atlanta, Young is out there with Crab. Then it's Jones. Then it's Collins. Timberwolves passing it around. Fast break, the Hawks. Here's Crab, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here.
Crab gives this team a lot with his versatility, scoring, rebounding, defense. He does really everything.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
That's good from Crab. Kev, talk about the characteristics needed to be a winner in this league.
Appetite. How much do you want this? Can you push through that pain right there? Are you going to dive on the floor? You're going to do the small things. You know, are you going to double down? Are you going to be in the spot when you're supposed to, when you're supposed to be there? You know my bags. You know, all this goes into winning. And then you need a little luck. You do. And you need an appetite. You need 15 guys that's willing to push through anything at any moment. That's the difficult part of winning.
On the same page.
On the same page, all 15 thinking the same thing.
Yeah. It sounds daunting.
Listen, people think that, oh, man, why can't you have 15? Because it's 15 guys thinking 15 totally different things.
Yeah.
And that's the difficult part of being a coach. That's what I'm saying. Being a coach is one of the hardest things to be because you got to take 15 perspectives and get them all in one and then go forward with the same velocity like you wanted to. It's frustrating.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Wiggins. Makes it off the glass.
Able to finish through contact there, Kevin. Wiggins with the broad shoulders and excellent body control. Nicely done.
For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Young kicks to Crabbe. Drops in the tray. Crabbe's got 5 now.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
And it's Teague with the ball, but he brings it up for the Timberwolves. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Covington. Okogie, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
Minnesota shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. Both shots good from the stripe. Hawks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Kevin, going back to your title team with the Celtics, do you think you realized at that time how special it was?
If I knew what I knew now, I would have tried to bottle.
Yeah, I know.
I would have tried to bottle as much as I could. Doc knew it. Doc Rivers knew it.
He did. He did know it, yes.
Doc Rivers knew it, and he knew it day one, and he knew that if we was going to be committed, we had to be the leaders of the commitment. It was going to be hard on the 3 of us. He was going to be very tough, but it made us who we are, and it pushed us to another level.
It was like he was the perfect coach at the perfect time for the perfect threesome, right?
Seriously, man, because a lot of people, you know, go to Phil and his style and how it worked for him, Michael and Scotty and that 3 with Rodman, and then him transferring and going to L.A. doing that with Kobe and Shaq and making that a dynasty. Doc Rivers had a whole nother style, and it was like a Chuck Daly kind of style. It was a bar kind of very, very firm, very physical, but in your face with class. We're going to knock you down. We ain't going to help you up, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And we're going to share the ball on offense. We're going to move it. We're going to have multiple players. We're going to attack for 48 minutes. Look, this is how we're going to play this game. He had a real style that was similar to some of those Detroit, some of those more tougher teams that you hear. That's the style that we practice with and we play with.
It showed. It showed. I mean, to have that, it just like historically good. So it's the Hawks now, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. Back to Young. In the corner, Collins with it. 5 on the clock. Herter. That one's not going to go. The Timberwolves go the other way with it. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first meeting of the season.
In their meetings last year, they split the season series. Happens a fair amount between teams from the East and West.
And, you know, when you only see a team twice a year, Greg, it's hard to really get a good understanding of who they are or a good feel for them. And oftentimes, that can lead to a series split.
Here's Crabbe, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. And here is Crabbe in the corner. Collins with it. Timberwolves on offense. It's been 8 unanswered points for them. Okogie defended by Young. Pass to Teague. Stolen by Collins. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Young's shot is off.
Boy, the defense did an awesome job there, Kevin. Big time work. Really distracting them, throwing off the shot. That's how you do it on D.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Kevin, listening to the value you placed in preparation, practice to you was obviously important.
Practice to me was very important. Preparing was very important. You know, scouting reports, being clear, understanding rotation, understanding what the goal was, understanding the plan. Like, I took all that to heart because I had to be the relay of that. I had to articulate that to players. I had to be the one in pick and rolls calling out the coverages and stuff. And if I didn't know that, then, you know, Rondo, the guards, they didn't know. So
they were going to get blasted.
So I had to be on top of that. So that was part of the responsibility, one of my responsibilities of just being a professional and being ready to play.
Just a bright, young, offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
The Hawks shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Young. And so Young nails them both. Here's Napier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Pass to Layman. Back to Napier. Wiggins left side. Lets it go from 11. Missed for the first time this game. He's 5 for 6. The Hawks trail by 3. Turner passes to Bembry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner.
Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Napier kicks to Layman. Buries it down low. Layman's got his first points of the night.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Young finds Len. Now, here is Young. Napier covering, and he gets it to go. And Doc Rivers, your coach with the Celtics, such a great leader, brought your team together. Talk about that.
You know, he brought us the belief from Mbutu and bringing all of us together, and that you give yourself for the greater of the group. And everybody bought into that. And when you hear about when Miami won, Pat Riley had all those guys give something to the pot and giving yourself to something. And when you think about what team is, all these great coaches, these great minds, these great philosophers, it all surrounds that whole little philosophy right there of giving yourself to be able to get something and gain something.
Very interesting.
Very, very interesting. But a true philosophy in winning.
And here's Napier after Jabari Parker made that last three-pointer. Napier passes to Wiggins. Napier with it. He's against Young. Wiggins, terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Here's Bembry, knocked away and stolen by Wiggins. Rebound by the Hawks.
The defense did not do a good job guarding that one, Kevin. Don't know how he missed that layup.
Tyrone Wallace is checked in for the Timberwolves. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Carter, he's checked in for Young. Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Knocked loose, and so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Lloyd Pierce.
Well, Kevin, I asked him what the strategy was offensively, and he said, look, we want to avoid having to take so many outside shots. They want to exploit what he described as a mismatch inside. He said, we have the talent down low to make things very difficult on those guys, and we're going to use it. Kevin?
Thank you, David.
and he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did. Yeah. We felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
And this is where Bell likes to operate. Comfortable inside, knows he can get it done from there.
Turner with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Carter on the wing. Napier covering. Here's Len. Bell with the block.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Yeah, the half and half balls are going their way, and that's really a function of effort and intensity. You know, the ball doesn't discriminate. Whoever goes and gets it, that's who owns it.
And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. That's his first foul. And Kevin, looking back at all the discussion and interviews over the years, you make a lot of analogies to food. Are you a foodie at heart?
Oh, my God. Kev, I am not a foodie.
Really?
Kev, I eat to live.
Well, you know about it.
You know, I eat to live, but I don't want to fool you. I eat to live. Listen, sometimes I forget to eat. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, as hard as you work, there's probably a lot on your mind.
Man,
I can get that.
Listen, I like to... a big plate of food scares me. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to keep going on that analogy. You know, a bunch of food that I don't want to keep going on that one. Just know that I'm not a foodie. But when I explain things, I like to articulate things where people can understand it. So I use food right away.
Good way to connect the dots.
A little bit.
Yeah,
you know, parallels in life and food are very similar, man.
Good. And the second free throw, good. And here's Napier. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. They trail by one. Kicks to Bell. Back to Napier. Here's Lehman. Offensive rebound. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. Alex Len picks one up.
And how about the ferocity of Bell? It's admirable. He crashes the boards with such an animalistic nature.
Atlanta's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Turner inside, off target at the rim. Timberwolves shooting an impressive 60% early. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Jabari Parker. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up tempo so far.
And both free throws good for Napier. And you see the floor spacing that's in fashion these days in the league. Kevin, if you were just coming into the NBA right now, would you be more inclined to work on your three-point shot?
I think so. I think if you are a stretch 4, if you're a 3, or even if you're a 5 now, you have to be able to shoot the 3 consistently. Whether it's in the corners or at the top, you have to be able to show that you can stick the 3 ball. I think a lot more small ball is going on now. I think a lot of teams have reverted to the Golden State speed and the pace up type of style now. If I was a rookie coming into the game, I would definitely have to have some confidence in shooting the 3 ball and some consistency in making it.
Here's Bembry. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Timberwolves on offense. They're on an 11-3 run. Napier kicks to Bell. Back to Napier. To the middle. Here's Vonleh. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Now let's go to the 2K leaderboard to look at the teams that specialize in intimidation. The Hawks second.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
The first one falls.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the officials to make a call.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Parker with it. Now defended by Vonleh. And that one's good. Parker.
Boy, for a big guy, Parker has excellent speed. He's got some great wheels on him, taking off like a runaway locomotive as he runs the floor in transition.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Chicago.
Yeah, you're just not going to win many committing turnovers at the rate they did. That was just outrageous.
Yeah, carelessness. That's what it was. I mean, slinging all kind of risky passes and dribbling with no purpose. I call that treadmill dribbling. You're moving but not going anywhere. You can't win that way.
Minnesota leading by 5. And Kevin, you talk about the makeup of a championship roster. Can you win it if you're not bound together, if you're not like a family?
I don't know. I only have one as a family.
Yeah.
And I just don't know them going forward and doing something together that it represents family. I think that if you're doing something alone, that says solo. If you're doing something as family, it makes it a lot more easy.
Well said. Herter, defended by Bell. Here's Len, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now just a 3-point Timberwolves lead. Now here's Napier. Vonleh, the pass to Bell. Here's Layman. From the wing, and the shot goes down. Layman's got his second basket of the night.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
The Hawks have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
And he can't get the first one. Both teams deciding to change it up. No luck that time either. Minnesota leading by 5. Now Teague. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Bulls in Chicago. Jang against Jones. Stolen by Carter. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Shoots from 8. They get it back. Parker's shot is off. And the Timberwolves with possession. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Covington. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Covington with the steal. Jang dishes to Teague from downtown. And so it's Andrew Wiggins making highlights for Minnesota. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You may not remember Vince Carter traded on draft night for his college teammate Antoine Jameson, but he talked about that crazy exchange.
So as I'm sitting back there, he's like, there's been a trade, you know, Toronto Raptors and Golden State make a trade for Antoine Jameson and Vince Carter right there. So our families are sitting right next to each other. So they're fixing the hat, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, here's your hat. All right, give us that hat. Move forward. So it was just the weirdest thing.
The 5th and 6th picks in the draft, both of them went on to great careers.
And draft day trades happen all the time, but being traded for your college teammate, pick apart, that's pretty unique.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
I think they played great D and not giving up anything easy early on.
Exactly. I mean, they've made their presence felt on this end. Excellent job contesting shots so far.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the 2nd quarter. They've got Jones, Carter out there with Collins. Then it's Allen Crabbe. Now here's Teague. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Carter against Wallace. Shoots. And that one goes long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
Now here's Wallace. Teague can't hit. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game. KG, you had so much success as a high school player. In fact, you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. How about that, huh? How about, I can see the picture in my mind's eye right now.
Kev, that fell in my lap, man. That wasn't something that I was striving for, but who doesn't want to be on the cover of anything? And nonetheless, SI, and I was more than giddy-eyed and glitz or whatever you want to call it. Listen, very special moment for me. A lot of people don't know you have to get permission to be in certain neighborhoods, and we got permission to be in the neighborhood. We got the shooter right there in front of Farragut, which was very dear to me because of the transformation and the stuff that I had been through and where I was at. You know, I hold Farragut a very, 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 very special place in my heart. So it was important for me to have it on the cover.
And Jones sends it back, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. Minnesota making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. Young's checked in for the Hawks. Two minutes now played in the 2nd quarter. A nice shot by Teague.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Here's Collins, and the rejection by Jang. And here is Teague. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. Covington with the bucket.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard would be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
Here's Young, following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 3-point lead. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Covington with the bucket.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And so it's Atlanta with it. After the basket by Minnesota. Count it. Good. Young's got 9.
Well, this is what Young can expect. Defenses are going to be physical with him, try to throw him off his game.
Teague drives in. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. Young against Wiggins. To the left side wing. Down low. Young's shot is off.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
That one goes. Count it. And now a 7-point Timberwolves lead.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And Greg, you know nothing makes a coach happier than selflessness on the basketball court.
Covington with the steal. Wiggins drives in. Okogie, it's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Inside, here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And that's the advantage of having a lead guard who can both pass and shoot. Young draws attention, then takes advantage of a poor rotation defensively.
Here's Covington. Here's Jang, tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. Jang's got the lead up to 9 now for the Timberwolves.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Atlanta calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And the Hawks making a change here. A lot of answers, but still a lot of questions for how the East is going to ultimately shake out this year. But right now, let's check out where the team stands. You take a look at the Celtics. They're looking extremely sharp right now, poised in the top spot and playing very well. And checking out Atlanta, just way behind.
And right now for the Hawks, seeing them where they are now, it's easy to forget just how awful they were a season ago. This is a team that's made major strides to lift themselves into the middle of the pack.
Boy, I tell you what, it's been a grit and grind effort for them. They know how to win, and that's not something you could say about them last year.
Minnesota leading by 7. Napier kicks to Layman. To the middle, stolen by Collins. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Turner finds Len. The kick out to Young.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
The Timberwolves have gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter, up over 50%. Napier passes to Layman. Shoots over Turner. The shot by Layman, no good. The Hawks trail by 4 and stolen by Napier. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, guys, a better offensive player than many felt he would develop into. Jang attracts attention, draws the foul.
That free throw, good from Jang.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Jang keeps himself in peak physical condition. Low body fat percentage, and I think that's a byproduct of spending time at Louisville. Fanatic for that kind of stuff.
Jabari Parker's checked in for Collins. And Jang drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Young with the ball. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Indiana. And Turner kicks to Young. Grab dishes to Turner. The kick out to Young.
Cannot give him that much room from mid-range. They got to feel lucky he didn't knock that one down.
And stolen by Cram. Rebounded by Bell. Minnesota leading by 6. Here's Layman. Off with the layup. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Out to Parker. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Layman. Here's Bell. Another shot, and that's 2 points on the layup. Bell's got 7 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Here's the pass to Len. Young outside. Out to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Young. It's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. tremendous communication and awareness.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Vonleh's checked in for Jang. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Bembry's checked in. Timberwolves leading by 6. Wiggins surveying the floor. He kicks to Napier. From the arc. And it's Wiggins missing. And stolen by Vonleh. That one good for 2. Vonleh's got his second basket of the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
And so Napier will bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Shoots from the corner. That one wide left. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Bembry. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Now here's Napier. He dishes it to Bell. 6 on the shot clock. That 3 off the mark.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And with that shot, the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Parker.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
And now Young running the floor all by himself. Parker outside. A miss that time would have put him up.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
He gets that one.
He is in the zone. There's a reason he keeps getting the ball. They're feeding him because they trust him to lead their team.
And the dunk by Parker.
And if you don't stay in front of Parker on defense, he torches you with his unreal vertical. Major bounce this guy has.
Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to Vonleh. There's the 3. It's not going to go for him. And Atlanta will come the other way. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Minnesota in the lead. Wiggins outside. Passes it to Napier. From deep. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
For better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Andrew Wiggins really making a difference here.
And he's in a complete groove right now. I don't think they can stop him altogether, but they at least need to make him work a little harder than he has been.
Tyrone Wallace is checked in for the Timberwolves. And a change for the Hawks. Carter, he's checked in for Bembry. The Hawks trail by 5. Young finds Parker. Now Carter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And the foul on Jordan Bell. That's foul number 2 for him.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
1:37 left to play here in the second quarter. Turner. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Turner's got 4 this quarter.
just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And we want to thank Kevin Garnett for joining us, giving us some perspective. KG, is always, great, and thank you. Giving us a lot to think about with your comments tonight. Thanks for coming by.
Okay, Hall, man, I hope I was able to help, man. You know, thank you for letting me be part of it.
You took over the broadcast.
Not even, man. I'm learning.
You took over the broadcast.
I'm learning from the best, K. Keep doing it, man.
Love you, buddy.
My dude.
And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
And some other contenders, Clark and the West, are faltering. The window now seems to be opening wider for the Timberwolves as they march down this playoff road.
Yeah, they're closing in on it, Kevin. The window is a little wider, but you've got to walk through it. And right now, they're still second tier.
And he sinks the second. Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted in Young. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
The defense was less than impressive there, but despite them not really contesting that shot, he still bricked it.
Pass to Carter. Outside, Jones. Just 4 to shoot. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And it's Carter missing. On the wing, Wallace, defended by Carter. Wallace's shot is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 6. To the paint, it's stolen by Bell. And so it's Minnesota with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, what do you like about the way the team's playing so far?
We're competitive right now. We're going after it. In our possession, we're going hard.
We'll see if that continues in the second half, Andrew. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Andrew Wiggins led the way in the first half. He had 14 points and 1 steal. And, Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
Well, Andrew Wiggins in the first half, extremely assertive. Pushed the action, attacked offensively, used his great athleticism. We'll see if he can maintain this intensity for the rest of the game.
And Shaq, what'd you see from Atlanta?
The three-point shot has really, really helped them out. I don't always like to see teams rely on the three, but when it's dropping like that, I say roll with it. They keep setting good screens. Running these pick and rolls, they'll be tough to beat.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks
Goodbye,
for
folks.
joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
His points production thus far off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter where he is on the floor either, Greg. He's making it look very easy. He's looking to score the ball.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Timberwolves leading by 6. Gorgie Dang is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Teague. So that's who Tom Thibodeau starts the second half with. Collins against Covington. Off target with his three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Here's Teague following the bucket by the Hawks. And here's Wiggins. The shot missing. It's Young on the wing. Kicks to Collins. Herter, Teague covering, sinks the triple.
Although he's known for his scoring ability primarily, Crabbe is also a solid passer. Nice job distributing the ball.
Now here's Teague. Okogie, he's guarded by Crabbe. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Covington. That one doesn't drop. Good work defensively by Jones.
And, you know, they don't have it right now. I mean, missing their first 3 shots so far this half, slow start.
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Crabbe kicks to Jones. Young outside. Teague with the ball. He's provided them with some scoring punch and is averaging 13 points a game. Young taking his time here. Over Teague. Young's shot is off. For Minnesota, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Andrew Wiggins, the #1 overall pick back in 14. Great bloodlines, the son of pro athletes. The game just seems to come easy to him.
The Timberwolves have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. You know, Greg, the game comes so easy to Wiggins, but some say he needs to be more assertive, more aggressive. Do you see that?
I mean, high expectations for a player that was taken first overall. The length and athleticism should enable him to impact the game in so many ways, but, you know, his motor doesn't always rev high enough to take advantage.
We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got 3-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
Atlanta calls timeout. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Young against Teague. Crabbe in the corner. 5 on the clock for the tie. Nailed from 3-point land. Crabbe's got the game tied up here for the Hawks.
Allen Crabbe, so good at catching the defense off guard. You've got to be up on him at all times.
To the paint. Here's Wiggins. Okogie. That 3 off the mark.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Here's Crabbe. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Okogie goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. He's got 8.
What a move. He saw a window on the other side of the rim and whipped it around for the immaculate reverse.
And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Here's Jones. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. The Hawks have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10. And that one misses.
You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often that's the case for this team.
Good on the second free throw.
Well, last season the Wolves ended a 14-year playoff drought. It was the longest in the association. And they did it in dramatic fashion, a winner-take-all overtime victory in the final game of the season against the Nuggets. I actually watched that game, and it was worth staying up late for.
And the Timberwolves call time here. And if the regular season brought encouragement for the Wolves, Clark, the postseason showed us just how far they've got to go.
That's right. That's exactly right, Kevin. A win in the first round, just one win. The Rockets were a hard matchup for them, but there's a big difference between being a playoff team and a title contending team.
Now here's Jang. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And there's the whistle, 3-second violation. Let's take this chance to showcase the top setup man at the small forward position in the NBA. 5th on the list, Andrew Wiggins.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing, just outstanding, truly gifted distributors.
I tell you what, you could put the isolated cam on these guys and you would notice how flawlessly they execute those entry passes. They create so many easy baskets in the low post because of how on time and on target those feeds are. The defense better watch out. They better be alert because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Count that bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Young, following the basket by Andrew Wiggins. The kick out to Young. Feeds it to Jones. Here's Collins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Timberwolves?
Well, it's been an outstanding game for them in the open court. Their fast break points really stand out.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Layman's checked in. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Atlanta. And the second free throw, good. In NBA history, only a handful of rookies have averaged 20 points and 10 rebounds. And Clark, you were one of them.
Yeah, it's a point of pride for me. Obviously wasn't able to be part of a playoff team in the short time I played, but did distinguish myself individually for the short time I played, and that's fairly select company when you talk 2010 guys as rookies, and it's a pretty impressive list to be on. Actually, one of my peers, Terry Cummins, is also part of that first-year 2010 group.
You talk about names, Wilt Chamberlain, Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Hakeem, Tim Duncan, Bird, Shaq. I mean, what great names.
Yeah, some phenomenal names, no doubt about it. Glad to be on that roll call list.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Bell is checked in for Jang. Tyrone Wallace comes in for Wiggins, and it's Napier in for T. And finished off by Collins.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And Greg, with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
Here's Napier following the basket by Trae Young. The pass to Layman. He kicks it to Napier. Shot clock at 5. Looking to end his cold spell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A bit of an up and down season for Covington last year. Great 3-and-D player overall, though.
Yeah, very good in those areas. He started out really hot, Kevin, and then was on his way to what looked like a breakout year, and his confidence waned with his shot, kind of like a golfer struggling with his putter. But this guy, because he defends, he has good size, and he does have a good shot, I think he'll bounce back nicely.
Atlanta making a switch here. Len's checked in, and that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work, too.
Vonleh's checked in for Robert Covington. Timberwolves leading by 3. Napier kicks to Layman. Chalk up 2 there. Layman's got 6.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Young left side. Here's Len. Doesn't go that time. And Minnesota will come the other way. Wallace, the pass to Layman. No good with the triple.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
Now, here is Young. T right on him. Here's Len. And there's the bucket. Stand with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. 7 points in the game.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Wallace kicks to Vonleh. Back to Wallace. Back to Vonleh. Just 5 to shoot. Dishes to Napier over Young. And it's Napier missing. The Hawks trail by 3. And stolen by Napier. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks.
And let's take a quick look at the numbers for Len. 13th in blocks. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And trying to muscle up shots against him is tough. His body type makes it supremely difficult. Just a dominant rim protector all season. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. He's off on the first.
Evan Turner, the former #2 pick out of Ohio State, you know, acts as a utility knife for this team. He can wear a lot of different hats. His versatility might be his best trait. Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
To the middle. Here's Napier. Rebound, Atlanta. Len's got 8 rebounds in this game. And with Turner, as you mentioned, Greg, he can play both wing spots and does whatever you need from him on offense.
Well, you like what he's playing in the post and bullying small wings. Much better from that area of the floor than from outside. He also can act as a playmaker, very adept at running the pick and roll.
So it's Minnesota now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Here's Napier. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing has fallen right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it.
Now here's Turner. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Right side Turner. Second shot opportunity. Minnesota with the rebound. Here's Napier. He's got 5. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. White, good. White's got his second bucket of the night. And look at how the hustle game has been going for Atlanta.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Here's Layman. After the basket by Atlanta. Over Turner. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Layman. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Parker outside. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his 5th basket.
Muscle up. That's what Parker's telling those guys trying to defend him in the paint. He's really good at establishing his post position down low.
The feed to Wallace. And stolen by White. Herter. Napier covering. Outside Turner. 44 seconds left in the third. Back to Len. And stolen by Napier. Here's Layman. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And here's Atlanta. They're on an 11-2 run. White the pass to Turner. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Longley dishes to Napier. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. 15 seconds left in the third. Teague kicks to Wiggins. Back to Teague. Excellent D there from Parker. And we've reached the end of the third. Hawks lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. On the court for Atlanta, John Collins is out there with Parker. Then it's Allen Crabb. Then it's Jones. Tries from 10. Good. Parker's got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for the Hawks.
Whenever Parker has a look from mid-range, he's going to take it. I mean, he's a very capable shooter from that distance.
Teague finds Covington. Okogie, he's guarded by Crabb. Pass to Teague. In the corner, it's Wiggins. The 3-pointer, no good.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Now Crabb following the 3-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. Here's Parker. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
And they've done some nice work as we've come down the stretch here in the final quarter.
Greg, you can feel the sense of urgency they have to get this thing closed out as soon as possible.
Passes to Covington. Over Collins. Feeds it to Jang. And finished off by Jang.
Yeah, there, Kevin. Finishing like he did it on purpose. Jang can get nasty at the point of attack.
Atlanta leading by 6. Herter, Teague covering. Parker against Wiggins. Parker passes to Crabbe. Clock at 6. Pass to Collins. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
And I want to see more of that from him. I mean, he's been passing up on his shot more than usual, even though he's hitting the ones that he takes.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And the rejection by Collins. There's Crabbe with the 3. They get it again. And now it's a double-digit lead. And it's a 10-point Hawks lead.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Now here's Wiggins. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Boy, I tell you, when Wiggins attacks now, good things seem to happen. Now a potential and one. Boy, this young fella's got major talent.
Young's checked in for Atlanta.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good. Wiggins.
You know, there's no question the talent is there for Wiggins. It's obvious. But can he take that next leap forward and become a superstar? He may be destined to be a good second star on the team and maybe not the leading guy.
Now here's Jones. Young outside.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
That one falls.
Wiggins showing you, Kevin, that he's much more than a scorer because he's really starting to understand how to set others up.
Teague against Young. Here's the dish to Parker. The Hawks working the ball around. Shots good from Young.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And I'll tell you, Trae Young, go big or go home. Always gives you 100%, as competitive as they come. And the young fella wants to win so badly, sometimes that emotion really comes out.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, well, let's summarize what Tom Thibodeau went over with his guys during the break. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. Let's see what they can do, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
Spectacular move. Wiggins' elevation, body control, strength, elite across the board.
And that one misses.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
On the wing. Poked loose.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
Now, here is Young. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Well, you know, the D just hasn't been there for real. I mean, these shooters are getting any perimeter shot they want. It's a bunch of warm-up jump shots out there.
And Tom Thibodeau is a demanding coach, Clark. We know that. His teams have responded, though, but sometimes teams can wear down from that style. Does that concern you in Minnesota?
Not really, Kevin. I mean, he's shown that he's got a proven track record for having teams be successful. And with ownership behind him, I think the players will follow his lead. Remember, he's got the dual role as coach and president of operations. Not sure if that is always the best way to go about it, but in this case, with the alignment with ownership, I think it'll work.
No good on the free throw. He hits the second from the line. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Collins against Covington. Now here's Teague. He feeds it to Wiggins. And he uses the glass on the layup. Wiggins has got 26. The Hawks leading by 5. And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Parker. It's rebounded by Teague. Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Shooting one. One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw drops for Covington. Now Young. And here's Covington. Teague surveying the D. Parker with the steal. And here's Young from the arc. Minnesota with the rebound. Covington's got rebound number 8 now on the night. To the paint. Here's Wiggins to tie it up and block. That one goes careening off the glass. Grab with the ball. To the inside. And then Jones with the jam.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that. Boom!
Now here's Jang. He dishes it to Covington. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Really nice work here from Covington to draw the foul on his way up. He's got a real talent for drawing fouls and getting himself to the foul line.
And Alan Crabb, a strong shooter from outside, but he can still be a bit streaky, Greg, at times.
Yeah, I mean, he'll joke with himself that when he's off, he plays like Allen, but when he's on, he's playing like AC. I mean, he uses that Jekyll and Hyde motivation to make sure he stays aggressive.
Take a break.
On
Take
offense.
a break.
The team and coaching staff are in on it as well, as they know a hot Crab is a handful to deal with.
Free throw drops for Covington. And both free throws good for Covington. Here's Young. Lays it up off the glass. Young's got 9 points here in the second half.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
Back to Teague. Trying to find Covington. Gets it to him. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 8th assist here tonight.
A good score inside, and the defense really offering very little resistance.
Well, they don't have anybody to blame but themselves. Got to prevent them from getting good looks this late in the ball game. You got to come up with stops.
And Jones pulls it down. The Hawks leading. And the pass to Parker. Up again. Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Okogie to tie it up. Out to the right wing. Kicks to Covington.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
And, you know, Gorgui Dieng, not just remarkable for his basketball talent, but for how he's given back to his native country of Senegal. I mean, we talk about unselfishness all the time in the basketball sense, but this is really unselfishness in the greatest and truest sense.
Shabazz Napier's checked in for the Timberwolves. That one is no good. Atlanta's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th. Young outside. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They've led by as much as 10. Just 5 to shoot. The 3 gets it to go from beyond the arc. And you mentioned the philanthropy of Dieng. It goes way beyond running a basketball camp or cutting a check.
Yeah, he owns over 100 acres in Senegal where he tutors local farmers. I mean, he's got a real passion for farming. Maybe more significantly, his contributions to hospitals in that poverty-stricken region, literally changing and saving lives. Great job getting to the right spot on the court. Beautiful passing all the way around.
Okogie, and good, he nails it. Now, here is Young. He kicks it to Crab. Shot clock at 6. Again, the Hawks score.
And you know what? He's shaken off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Timberwolves trail by 6. Okogie, he's guarded by Crab. Out of bounds, Timberwolves ball as Minnesota keeps possession.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense. He has been fantastic this quarter, guys. It's just the kind of effort they need if they're going to continue to trim the lead.
Now, here is Young. Napier covering. Young, right side, pass to Collins. There's Crab with a 3. Another 3 for Atlanta.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
And knocking down a bunch of them, too. Outstanding shooting in this 4th quarter.
Back to Napier. He can't get it to go. Good defensive work there by Young. There's Crab with a 3. Unable to get that one. And Minnesota now the other way. And Dieng kicks to Covington. Okogie, he's guarded by Crab. Covington in the corner. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Young. They get a hand on it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Young.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Timberwolves trail by 7. Napier kicks to Wiggins.
Yeah, these little nuances like the pump fake, developing aspects of Wiggins' expanding game.
And the first one drops. And both free throws good for Wiggins.
Tremendous job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls
already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Collins passes to Crabbe. Young left side. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Shoots. Atlanta again missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
And so it's Atlanta with it after the basket by Minnesota.
Yeah, just nice hustle there. That work gets them the extra possession.
Jones finds Crabbe. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Trying to break that ice-cold streak, and it's Napier missing. The Hawks leading by 3. Down low, here's Young, and he makes good on the layup. Young's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Ice in his veins. Young excels at stepping to the plate and delivering in the clutch.
Now here's Wiggins, guarded closely, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker. Teague is checked in for Minnesota. And he ends up making the second, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Teague against Young. Now here's Crabbe. Defense is right there. On defense, the Timberwolves. At the elbow, Jones. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he does get the second one, and that puts them up by 5. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. Teague bounce pass. Here's Wiggins. Rebound Atlanta. And now we've got the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
A job well done at the line on that possession. They'll make things a little easier on themselves if they can convert those.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They trail by 7. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
Covington kicks to Teague. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
And, you know, when the game is close, guys, Jeff Teague has shown and demonstrated he's got the clutch DNA.
Here's Young, and now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making them.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Boy, so calm, composed. Love how he took his time and drained the important free throws. Big time stuff there.
And the Timberwolves call time here. They're trailing by 6. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Yeah, but they need some help. They're going to need some help any way you look at it. I mean, they're hoping for some missed free throws at the other end.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Lets it go from deep. No good there. And so the Hawks take the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Jabari, looks like you're getting back in stride, and you have certainly had adversity with the knee injuries the last few years. How have you been able to battle through them?
It's been tough, to tell you the truth, but, you know, the race is not won to the swift, but the one to endure, so I'm trying to keep that motive.
You have certainly endured and thrived, Jabari. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.